Okay, Kumar, can you tell me something about this new app? What can you do with it?
Sure, Wim. So we have developed this Text2Trait application in collaboration with Department of Advanced Computing, Maastricht University, and also Brightlands Future Farming Institute. The goal of Text2Trait is to really explore traits related with plants and to explore how those traits are really associated with entities like genes or proteins or variants and something like that. This is a prototype, so it's not like a full-fledged application at this moment. And we have really handpicked certain few papers, and we have curated some data and created a knowledge graph. So there is a knowledge graph that is running in the backend, and we have two query inputs here that you can really query the knowledge graph using a trait name like flowering time or fruit weight or fruit size. And then also there is another input that if you know that there is some sort of specific gene that really is involved in shaping that particular trait, you can put that gene name here and click on the search.
Okay, so that's very handy if you want to know what kind of genes are involved in a specific trait, or maybe what kind of genes are, what the function of those genes are that you can find on a QTL related to a specific trait. Can you show me what do you get if you fill in fruit weight?
Sure. So I'll type fruit weight and then I click on search. Then you get a graph like this where you have a trait in the middle which is connected by other genes and other entities. So as you can see.
Yeah, so I recognize some genes like the FW2.2, which stands for fruit weight, but where is this information actually coming from?
So this information is coming from published literature. So for example, if I click here, it opens up a side panel where you get additional information about this particular gene. For example, gene name, from which chromosome it is coming from, what are other aliases for or other names for that gene, what are the coordinates, because we are exploring traits, so it's really important to explore genomic coordinates information as well. And then finally we have a source paper here. So if I click on the paper, the application will open the source paper for you.
Okay, it's really very handy. Can you go back to the figure again?
Yeah.
Okay. So those lines, that means that there is some kind of connection, like between fruit weight and small fruit. So if I click on this link, this relation, then it says it is related to small fruits. Or this one, it decreases cell division.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We know from fruit weight that it's a regulator of cell division. That also explains that when it's mutated, that fruits remain smaller. So
yeah,
that looks very nice. Well, now I want to see another trait. So
sure.
can we, for example, look at fruit shape?
Yeah, so let's just go back to our input or the home page, and I type fruit shape, and then I search. And we have a better graph here. I think is very well connected with genes and other entities.
Okay, I see here the fasciated gene. Well, it's known to be involved in fruit shape, also fruit size, by the way, because it regulates actually fruit locule number. So yeah, well, that's also what the paper says. And the fasciated protein is a Yabi type of protein. So it seems to be quite correct. LC stands for locule, and that's also involved in locule number and an important gene in cultivated tomato. So what do I get if I click on a protein?
Yeah, so if you click on ovate, for example, you get more information about what kind of protein is this. The application queries the NCBI database and fetch some related information for that protein, for example, the accession and the description of that particular protein. So yeah, this kind of information you can actually retrieve.
There's already quite some information in this picture, because I see here a link between fasciated and wuschel.
Yeah.
And then now I'm wondering, so what is the relation between those two? So if I click on it, I see that it increases wuschel. Well, and that makes sense because wuschel is a meristemic protein that is responsible for meristem size in the end, so that it influences fruit shape is clear.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a very nice overview. And this is only from information from a few papers.
Yeah, because it's just a prototype. I think there's a lot of work needs to be done here, but I think it has a great value.
Yeah, I think it is very useful also for breeding. In breeding, many QTLs are being discovered, and very often it's very important to understand what genes regulate actually the traits underlying this QTL. And this tool can give a lot of information about gene function and possible relation with a particular trait. So it seems very useful to me.